Imagine it's Christmas Eve, 1914. For 8 long, brutal months, World War I has been raging. The Western Front is a muddy, frozen scar across Europe, a place of death and despair. Soldiers are dug into cold, wet trenches, separated by a desolate strip of land called no man's land. Any hope for peace, like Pope Benedict XV's plea for a Christmas ceasefire, had been flatly rejected by the generals. The war machine was supposed to grind on, even on Christmas. But then, something truly extraordinary happened. As darkness fell on December 24th, a strange and wonderful sound began to drift across no man's land. British soldiers peered over the tops of their trenches, bewildered. From the German lines, they heard singing, not battle cries, but Christmas carols. Stille Nacht, Holy Night. Then, small lights began to appear all along the German parapet. They were Christmas trees, candles flickering in the frosty air. It was a sight so surreal. It felt like a dream. Slowly, cautiously, a German soldier shouted in broken English, "Tommy, you no shoot, we no shoot." In response, a British soldier might have shouted back a friendly jest. A sign was held up. Merry Christmas. This was the beginning. This was the moment humanity flickered back to life in the heart of the war. Hesitantly at first, soldiers began to climb out of their trenches, not with guns raised, but with hands outstretched. In the middle of no man's land, a place that just hours before was a deadly killing field, enemies met as men. British, French, Belgian, and German soldiers stood face to face, shaking hands. They started exchanging small gifts. A British soldier might trade his plum pudding for a German cigars. Cigarettes, uniform buttons, and chocolate were passed between them. They shared photographs of their families back home, finding common ground in their shared longing for peace and home. The stories that came from this day are almost unbelievable. Captain Bruce Burns' father, of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment, later wrote about the experience. He described not feeling the slightest animosity towards the Germans he met. He swapped some uniform buttons with a German officer and even shared a smoke. He recalled a German soldier who was a barber before the war giving a British soldier a haircut right there in the middle of the battlefield. It was a pocket of normalcy in a world gone mad. For a few precious hours, they weren't just soldiers, they were people again, sharing stories, laughter, and a profound, unspoken understanding of their shared predicament. And then there was the football. What started as kicking around empty bully beef cans quickly escalated. In several sectors along the front, proper football matches broke out. Imagine the scene. Men in heavy, mud-caked uniforms, using their helmets as goalposts, laughing and cheering as they played the game they all loved. A German officer, Lieutenant Kurtzemist, wrote in his diary about a match that ended with a score of 3-2 for the Germans. He described his men as being beaming with joy. These impromptu games were the ultimate symbol of the truce, a shared passion that completely erased the battle lines. If only for an afternoon, they were playing football on ground where, the day before, they had been trying to kill each other. Of course, not everyone was filled with the Christmas spirit. The high command on both sides was furious. They saw this fraternization as a breakdown of discipline, a threat to the fighting spirit they worked so hard to maintain. A young French captain named Charles de Gaulle called the truce lamentable and worried it would sap the soldiers' will to fight, and on the German side, a 25-year-old corporal in the 16th Bavarian Reserve Infantry was incensed. He reportedly asked his comrades, "Have you no German sense of honor left at all?" That corporal's name was Adolf Hitler. Two men like him. This display of common humanity was a betrayal of the national cause, but for the estimated 100,000 men who took part, it was anything but. All good things must come to an end, and so did the Christmas truce. In some areas, it lasted only through Christmas Day. In others, it extended 4 days, even into the new year. The return to war was often as strange and ceremonial as the truce itself. One British captain, Charles Stockwell, agreed with his German counterpart on a signal to end the peace. He fired 3 shots into the air and raised a flag that read, "Merry Christmas." The German captain raised a flag that said, "Thank you." Then they returned to their trenches, and the war resumed. The guns began to fire again, but many soldiers intentionally aimed high, reluctant to harm the men they had just shared a drink with. One Scottish soldier named Alfred Anderson, who lived to be 109, became the last known survivor of the 1914 truce. He later recalled it as a short peace in a terrible war. He said for one day, it felt like the war was over. It was a day of sanity in a world of madness. Another anonymous soldier wrote home, "I wouldn't have missed it for the best Christmas dinner in England." These men weren't generals or politicians. They were ordinary people caught in an extraordinary conflict who, for one brief, shining moment, chose peace. They chose to see the humanity in their supposed enemy. The Christmas truce of 1914 was never repeated on such a scale. The war became too bitter, the losses too great. The High Command made sure of it, but it remains one of history's most powerful and poignant stories. It's a testament to the idea that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit, our shared desire for peace and connection, can shine through. It reminds us that the lines that divide us are often drawn by the few, while the bonds that unite us are felt by the many. It's a story worth remembering, not just at Christmas, but always. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as moving as I do, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from history. See you next time.